All right, guys, we've got a couple more days here before Christmas. It's the rush, trying to get everything done. But let's stop for a minute and reflect on the reason for the season, Jesus, and let's think about his word. So I've written you these devotionals. This is called the Power Minute devotional because it takes a minute to read them, not just because I talk fast, but because it's true, they're quick. And you can subscribe for them at livingwithpower.org/Power Minute. Today's devotional is called God in Charge. I'm Lina, by the way, if we haven't met. Glad you came to my YouTube channel. The verse I'm going to look at here is Romans 13:1. It says, "For there's no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God." Do you believe that God is sovereign over all things? Do you believe that he is ultimately in control of everything? Or do you wonder what happened to God's sovereignty when it comes to the political climate of our country? We tend to see God in control when the team we want wins and when the political party we voted for takes over. But when things go the other way, it's easy to doubt God's involvement or to question him. It's easy to blame Satan for what we don't like. Yet Romans 13:1 reminds us that there's no authority, good or bad, except from God. And those that exist have been instituted by God. God is nonpartisan. He isn't swayed by lobbyists and he isn't impressed by big speeches. Hey, whether you're looking at your state or local officials or whether you're struggling with a tough boss, let the knowledge that God is sovereign, even over your authority, every authority in your life, encourage you to rest knowing that if God brought it about, he must have a good reason for it. Do you get worked up like I sometimes do when you think about the authorities in your life? We don't have to fret. God is working even through those who do not recognize his name. Might be a funny devotional to do a couple days before Christmas, but I wrote them not thinking that this would be the day before Christmas, and I think it's okay because we're all under authority. It's the truth. We're under authority governmentally and at our jobs and in our family structure. And so who's the authority in your life? Maybe you're married to someone and you, of course, God forbid we think about authority in that context. Maybe you're a child and parents are, I don't know. But whatever authority structure, we're all in some authority structure. Ultimately, God is in charge and the authority over all things. And so are you willing to humble yourself where it's needed? Trusting God to bring about good where it may feel hard right now? I'm going to pray for you this Christmas that God will give you grace to be all you can be and to reflect the light of Christ as you enjoy the celebrations of the next few days coming into the new year. Hey, this weekend we're going to celebrate Christmas. I hope you find a church to do that in. Don't spend it alone. Honestly, just find a church body, find a local church that's celebrating New Year's, Christmas Eve, Christmas Days on Sunday. Make sure you go to church. It's where God's people gather. It'll fill your, maybe you haven't been in church for a while. Listen, I know that chapter. I wrote a book called Fractured Faith about brokenness in church. And yet this Christmas, let it be a new day, a new season where you might say, let me give God's people another chance. Not because of them, but because of him. And I'm going to pray that God gives you the courage to do that. Love you guys. I'll be back with you next week to finish the year strong. And in the meantime, check out livingwithpower.org. Especially subscribe to our Power Minutes at livingwithpower.org/Power Minute. All right, see you tomorrow or next week. Merry Christmas too, by the way.